Besides classical music, what are some of your interests?
I love to read. Reading is like my natural habitat, and it keeps me from doing stuff I should be doing. But I love to read, and I like to write, and I love to be engaged in something crafty, doing something creative with my hands, things like that.
You like to write, you said. What kinds of things?
I started writing like little poetry pieces when I was a kid, and I don't write tons of poetry, but when I was, let's put it this way, about 20 some odd years ago, I got a chance to write a biography for my aunt who for years had been intending to write her own book of remembrance or story, and then she started to lose her eyesight. And so somehow I got involved in that, and I ended up taking her material and writing her biography for her. And since then I've written a couple of other biographies too, or helped people get their stuff together.
You've chosen Chopin's Polonaise Opus 53 as your Friday favorite. Why do you like it?
It's because of a connection with my dad. When I was a young teenager, he gave me the sheet music and asked me if I would learn to play it on the piano for him, and it was a simplified edition. So I took it and I learned to play it at my ability level, which wasn't extreme, but I learned to play it for him, and he loved it. And I kept the sheet music for years and years. And when my dad died in 2003, my siblings and I had to jump right into taking care of my mother, who had Alzheimer's. So we did that, and it took up all of our attention, and it almost felt like to me that I didn't have a chance to grieve for my dad. About 6 months later, I found like I was missing him more than ever. It was a gray, dismal February day, and I was driving around in Taylorsville, Utah, along Redwood Road, and feeling the loss of my dad seriously. And in the background, the radio was playing. I wasn't paying a lot of attention to it, but I suddenly recognized the Polonaise by Chopin playing on Classical 89's radio, and I noticed that I was also driving past the cemetery where my dad was buried at the same moment. So I pulled over, and I had a good listen and a good cry, and it felt like I was getting a hug from my dad through Chopin, and I love the piece for that reason. For Friday Favorites, I'm Margaret Peters from Draper, Utah, and this is Chopin's Polonaise Opus 53.